We're going to continue. Are we the friends of the child or we the parents? So here we go. We're talking about parents' authority. When you're a friend, you cannot be any more authority. The friendship will start only after the child will understand who is the authority. Then we can act like a friend, but up to a certain point. So here we go. Many times we're saying to the child, do this. Don't do that. You have to let the child understand for himself what he has to do. Example, Ima is saying, when we're taking the laundry from the dryer, we have to fold it right away, otherwise everything will get wrinkled. A wet umbrella, we're leaving outside the door. When Ima is resting, you cannot bother her. And you cannot get into her room, not my room, her room, the authority one. If you're asking the child, don't put yourself in the center of the request. Here we go. Usually when we want the child to go to sleep, what do we say? What do we say? Anybody?
Go to sleep.
Go sleep. Tomorrow
Ah,
you have school. Go
Go to
sleep.
go to sleep, right?
Yes.
Don't you say, I want you to go to sleep? Are we saying it?
Yes, Rabbi.
I want you to go to sleep. Mommy, but I want to tell you something. I want you to go to sleep. It's not a good approach. The right approach is, kids' time came to go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep. I didn't say anything yet. It's time to go to sleep. The same way, food is ready. Later on, it will get cold. It's much better than I'm asking you to come to eat. Usually, how we asking? I told you to come, no? So we have to change all the mentality that we accustomed until now. No, okay. We can do it. And now this is very important. Talk quietly. Don't hesitate. And don't say things, not too much talking should be involved. the text have to be powerful and with a lower tone, and the child will understand very well what is going on over here. The moment you start to yell and scream, the child says, okay, I'm the winner. I'm sure that you all know that, but somehow we continue to do the same thing over and over again. And the excuse is, he drove me crazy already. It came up to here. I couldn't hold on myself. Okay, so authority don't act like that. When you want to limit the child, to tell him not to do something, don't come with threats and to scream at him. Instead, be firm and with a lot of confidence. You're saying to the child, now we're crossing the street. Hold my hand. Or you can say, now we're crossing the street, therefore you have to hold Ima's hand. The message is loud and clear. And unfortunately, many of us, we believe that we have to find favors in our kids' eyes. Therefore, we have a custom to explain and to justify why I told you to go to sleep, because tomorrow there is a school, right? Who said it over here? It's Reuven. You said the child has to go to sleep. Why? Because tomorrow you have to wake up. You need to go out to go to school. Blah, 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 blah. This is already while we're talking. So now the child, what is he understand? That is not authority. We're talking sense. It makes sense to Ima to tell me to go to sleep because tomorrow, but he doesn't sit well with me. So why should I go to sleep? But so why we trying to explain the child, why did I tell you to go to sleep? Maybe you can tell me. Why do you want to explain the child? Are you all saying קריאת שמע על המיטה?
Only to justify yourself, Rabbi.
Ah,
Only to justify yourself. That's all.
Justify yourself. If you authority, you need to justify yourself.
Not at all. Not at all.
So we think that if the child will understand the importance of the request, so he will go to sleep. And he will not be angry at us. He will understand us, so we will stay friends. No. If you're making an effort to get the okay from the child, the acceptance, and you try to prove to him that what you're saying is the right thing to do, you need to go to sleep, you need koach, you're going to school tomorrow. So the child understands that you're not authority. We two friends trying to convince each other. So I'm not convinced. And the child will take you for a ride. He said, but I have koach, I don't need to go to sleep. You see, I'm doing good in school. And it'll go on and on and on with you until you're going to lose your mind. You're going to lose. So every time you're trying to give excuse, you're becoming weaker. Another excuse, you're becoming more weaker. No excuses. In order to stop it, you say one thing and that's it. The child is in the park and there is a fence and he wants to stand on top of the fence. Ima saying, you can't stand there, you might fall. And here comes the child. Mommy, the fence is low, nothing will happen to me even if I fall. And by the way, every time I'm coming here with Abba permit me to do this. Or the child will come with another excuse and will say, I'll be very careful. And look how many kids are standing on the top of the fence. Why do you want me to go down? Are you going now to argue with the child, yes or no?
No.
What are you going to do?
Let him try what he wants. And if he falls, he'll learn his lesson.
But you told them to go down.
So we should stand our ground and say, go down now.
What you will do? You're in the park now. I'm not there to tell you what to do. What you will do? Anybody?
I would say no, and if the child wouldn't listen, I would just take the child and leave the park.
What?
I said I would say no, and if child will not understand or argue with me, I would just take a child and leave the park.
Okay. Anybody else?
Does it depend how old is he?
who gonna stand on the top of the fence? 5 years old, 6 years old and older.
How can you leave the child and go?
I didn't say it.
Yeah, I know. The lady is saying, leave the child and go. I don't know.
No, what do you mean leave the child and go?
You can't leave the child and go.
They
Not
say
going
they're gonna
anywhere.
leave the park.
No, leave the child with the kid, they said.
You have to say, mommy wants you to come down, needs you to come down. Something like that, maybe.
Rabbi, I would just take the child out of the fence, tell him to get off the fence and get him out of the fence.
The child will say why they can't and I cannot. And you're gonna start to feel bad. Maybe באמת I'm a bad ima. But if you know that we're not standing on the top of the fence, because you decided, you the ima, you're responsible. If he likes it, he doesn't like it, other kids doing it, regardless. Instead of this, you say peacefully, quietly, I'm so sorry, but I cannot permit you to stay on the top of the fence. So the child will come back and say, why Abba says yes and you say no? Why is it? Why can't you say yes? You always say no. Here is the manipulation. Don't apologize. Yeah. You ask me to stand on the fence, my answer is no. If the child wants to continue to argue, the answer should be, I answered you already. And if he doesn't want to go down, you take him down and we're going home. And there is no more explanation. No. And you feel inside, maybe I'm a bad mommy. Maybe you're not. You're not a bad mommy. You're a good one. You don't let this child step all over you and make a joke out of you. This should not happen.
Rabbi, and if the child is like still arguing or screaming or throwing tantrums, what do you do in that kind of situation? And he compares.
I'm sorry, but we have to go home. No discussions.
Mhm. This is in any situation, right? Like, let's say it could be in anything. Like you say no and you just stand by it.
You, the authority, you said no. Correct, not correct. You said no.
Yeah, I say no, but then my child keeps arguing with me.
There's no argument.
He keeps saying why not or stuff like that, or
Ima said no.
but they want a reason. Yeah, they
No,
want
no
to.
reasons. No
What's
reasons.
the reason? Why can't I?
The moment you start to say the reason you lost.
No
Right.
discussion.
You lost.
Right.
That's it.
Everyone
you have
else
to-
does it.
Now
Right.
it has to sit well with him if what you told him is okay with him.
So I don't have to explain myself no matter what. No means no.
That's it.
Hmm. Thank you.
Now you see where all the problems coming from.
Yeah, but with arguing, and I understand that it's coming from there, but they just keep going at it. They keep arguing. Why not? Why this? What's the reason? You always say no. I'm talking about in any situation, whether it's bedtime or it's,
I'm very
listening to
sorry.
music while they're doing their homework.
I
I said
understand.
no, and
I
they
understand.
still
You
argue.
don't- I understand. I understand. But Ima said no.
Mhm.
Why? I don't have to tell you. Okay. Can you convince a child that you're right? Did it happen once?
Not really.
Not really.
No, it's very hard to sit there and explain. Like, for example, listening to music while doing homework, I explain myself, it's not good, it's hard to concentrate. But he's arguing, let's say, that it helps me to concentrate. And I keep saying no, and he keeps arguing.
If you decided wrong or right, I don't know now, that you don't want a music, are you older than the child and you are in charge? He is not in charge. Do I have to tell you why I told you?
No.
No.
So
So
I
why
take
argue?
away the headset, I take away the music, whatever, I just take it away.
You can come with a statement. When we're doing homework, we cannot do with no interruptions. No music, no phones, no clue. And
I
the
should make
child, he wants
a
to
group.
test you and he wants to listen to music. Okay. And you come and say, you're gonna come and say, I see that you're having difficulty hearing. Ima said, no music. Shut it off. Wait. Shut it off. You so mean. Shut it off. And then you pick up the okay.
Mhm.
Of course, he will start to scream up and down and say, now he's not going to do his homework. You're going to give in. No, you're not. No, you're
Right.
not.
No, I didn't give in. It comes out to an argument, and I have to sit there and
Why to argue? Talk to the wall. No argument.
okay. Thank you.
Now, all the children naturally saying no to the parents. When did it happen that you were saying something and everybody, yes. It's almost always no. It's natural. Okay, we said it. Instead of saying, what? You're saying no to Ima? Chutzpan? Oh, and now you're starting to give him a lecture like you didn't hear the no. Imagine you are in the grocery store doing shopping and the child pick up a chocolate bar and is coming to Ima, begging her, Ima, can I take this? Can you put it in the wagon? And you said, mm-mm. You don't want to buy it for any reasons that you have. Maybe teeth problem, maybe hyper, whatever it is. But you said, no.
Koraf, can I ask a rabbi question?
1 second. Now he's starting to argue, starting to cry. You're not fair. Why can't you buy me a chocolate? The reaction should be, you take the chocolate from his hand, you put it back on the shelf, you're going out, and that's it. Zero. Because sometimes they're saying no to you to check you out, to see your reaction, to see how much patience you have. So don't let them do it to you. Don't try to argue, to explain. Again, you want me to take you to the dentist? Was not enough. Do you know how much money we paid? Like you're talking to a wall. The child having a chocolate in his hand. He doesn't see the dentist, he doesn't see anything. Whom you talking to? You're not going to convince him. The reaction has to be short, decisive. It's much better and much more pleasant. I didn't say anything. He took the chocolate, put it back. Let's go home. That's it. What happened when you calling your child? How fast they answering back to you? Anybody?
10 to 15 minutes.
Depends if they want to hear it, Rabbi.
So why do you have to call them 55 times? Isn't it a joke?
It is a joke, yes. They just ignore you. They pretend like you're not there.
Why are we taking that?
We're not taking it. It's just that's the way they are, you know. Like,
No.
I don't know. How do you control that? Like they
I'll
just
tell you
ignore
so. I'll tell you
I have
so.
to repeat myself in order to be heard.
Okay. So who is the winner?
He's the winner. Not me.
Should not happen. The authority calling you and you not answering? If it was in the army, if I'll call a soldier and he will not answer back to me, he's going to jail. I called you. What do you mean you ignoring me?
Until you scream and raise your voice,
You lost the
then
already.
they hear you.
You lost the battle. you lost.
I know, but that's the way it is. I don't know how else to.
No way. So if the child is not answering you, you say, Chaim, he's not answering. You leave whatever you're doing. You go to the child, take his hand, and says, Chaim, and you're saying to everyone, you know, lately Chaim is not hearing well. Like Bichlal, you don't pay attention that he didn't, he says, here, the problem. After one time, he didn't answer back. You come and say, oh, I see that you have hearing problem. You take his hand and say, come with me, Habibik. Next time, when you're going to call him, he might do it again. And you're going to have to do the same thing again. The third time, Chaim will say, yes, mommy. Because he knows mommy is not going to take this. Mommy will come and pick me up. The question is, if I'll do it, maybe my child will be upset with me. That's what we think all the time. You see, I'll be the first one to tell you, you should be nice to the child. When he obeying the laws, when he obeying the rules of the house, I'll be very nice to him. But if he wants to be cute and to drive me to the walls, no, Habibi, I'm not your friend. I'm the authority. And you're going to follow the rules. So the problem is the parents do not believe that they can do it. I'm sure that while I'm talking, everybody thinking to himself, I don't know if I can do it. So if you cannot, what?
Yes. I don't know if I can do it.
Okay. So if you cannot do it, you have nothing to complain about your kids. You did it to yourself.
You're right. Yeah.
Rabbi, can
Yes.
we have a meeting with the kids and show and tell them that we have a new rules and this is how it's going to work out. This is how it's going to, the rules be applied. And they just have no other way. They will just have to follow parents. That's how we do it. And it works. We always have to adjust. Works better than all out of nowhere, just doing something like introducing new things. Is this a good idea?
Not in this case. Why? Because you're changing tactics. You're not changing the rules. When you're changing the rules, then you have to make a meeting and to say to the kids, okay, we have to notify you that we're changing the boundaries and we want everybody to obey the new ruling in the house. And we have to tell you what's going to be the consequences. So we gathered over here, we want to tell you and also to warn you. Don't try to cross the boundaries. This is okay because you're changing the laws. Over here, you're not changing the laws. You're changing the tactics. And the child will be surprised what happened all of a sudden over here.
Is it okay to be, so the child can be surprised like this?
Yes, not surprised. Now the situation will become normal. Until now, it was not normal. He was the chief, and the authority were the soldiers.
Mhm.
It's mama's a shame. I have to justify to the kids what I'm doing. Who had something like that? That's the main problem. That's why we cannot control these kids. They can do whatever they want. And we caving in. So why do they have to respect you? When they're gonna listen to you, when it comes already up to here, and with all the weaknesses, now you're punishing out of weakness. Which is also something very terrible. Here we go. I need from you an honest answer. You have a sofa, and you have a rule in the house, no one is jumping on the sofa, with shoes or without shoes. What do you think the child will do?
Test you.
They're gonna
Jumping.
test you.
And what you gonna do?
Be on your words to say what you said to them before, that the rule is we're not jumping from so far to the floor.
You're in the middle of a telephone call, or you're cooking, or this, and the child jumping. You're going to make yourself like I didn't see. So for the short distance, it's quiet. At least I can finish my cooking, or I can finish my telephone call. And we don't have a war zone, and we don't have a conflict now. One time he jumps, okay, he's only a child. But the child don't think like you. He says, okay, I don't have to listen to them. Anyway, the words that they're saying are worthless. Even if you're saying the rules, you're not implementing the rules. So why should I listen? If you want your child to take what you're saying seriously, you have to be consistent and to implement your request. You leave your cooking, you say to your friend, I cannot talk to you now. I have an issue over here. And you're going to the child and says, Ima said you should get off right away. And if you were talking to the children, if I'll catch somebody jumping on the sofa, that's going to be the consequence. You're going to implement it right now. And so we told you, we warned you, you want to do this, so we have to use now the consequence. You're going to pay for this. But why? But why? Klum. No reaction. That's it. So the child understands with authority you don't start. And if you start, there is a consequence. And you're going to pay for this. And it's school for life. School for life. So I'll tell you what the kids are doing. When you say no to the child, is he accepting it?
No, he's testing us.
How?
He first is gonna say no and he's gonna refuse.
And then
He's waiting for our reaction.
is the child going to cry?
Yes,
Is he going to scream?
yes, yes, all this, yeah,
And he going to throw a tantrum?
yes,
And he has the koach to cry for 2 hours.
yeah,
And you already, your ears are popping out.
oh, yeah.
Are you going to give up?
No. Koraf, is it okay to send the child to the room and have the child cry there in the show tantrum? As long as you're not there and just let the child come down and then talk to the child?
He will not go. He don't want to go to his room to cry there because he knows in the room he will not do a damage. He wants to stay here.
But by me, that's not how my children know that the rule in the
If
house is you
it
show
was
tantrum,
me,
go to the room.
I will let him stay there. I'm going to show you. I'm not going to cave in. You can scream until tomorrow. Let him scream. Don't break. You have to let them understand that this kind of behavior is not going to get anywhere.
What if somebody steps in, like a spouse or anybody that us in the house and tells us just to give in?
Excuse me, this is not your child, it's my child. I know what to do.
And if it's a spouse,
So you're not on the same page. How can it be?
there's always a good cop and a bad cop.
You should call your husband, Chick Chak, and tell him he is trying me. Don't interfere, please. Let him cry for hours. But he said, I cannot take it. So come back home when he'll finish. Excuses we have plenty. But later on, you cannot complain why the child is chutzpan. Why he doesn't want to listen? Because we didn't let it happen. We didn't use our authority. Our authority went to waste. Because if it's going to already cry, you say, I can't take it anymore. Oof, my ears popping already. And you're going to give in? Oy vavoy. The child will tell himself, usually I'm the winner. They always give in. So in this case, if I'll cry a little bit more, ototo, they're going to cave in again. I'll put some more pressure on them. But if he sees that every pressure that he puts, it doesn't work, you think he'll continue with this? What do you say? Is he going to continue?
No,
No. He knows already this highway will not take me anywhere. But you have to tell the child, we know that you don't like it. We know that you are in pain because we said no. We understand you that you said, but whatever we told you, that's the right thing to do. The message was loud and clear. We understand you, we feel you, but that's what needs to be done. Imagine a child, chas v'shalom, needs to go through operation. And he is crying, so I don't want to go, blah, blah, blah. Are you going to take him home?
No.
Why not?
He needs to do the operation.
Why? Because this is the right thing to do at the moment.
Right thing to do, right?
So why, when it comes to the neshama of a child, we don't understand this?
Mhm.
For his neshama, because if he's not listening to you, you think he's going to obey to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. We all want our kids to be Shamayim and to follow the rules, to live like a Jew. We're not giving them the tools to do it. The same way that we are not the authority. It says, Hashem also is not the authority. I'll do whatever I want. So don't think that after the child lost it and you didn't give in, he will not try again. He will try again. Maybe for 3 hours now. Don't give in. Why? Because we want to let them understand that this kind of behavior will not get you nowhere. So when he will get into understanding that this way is not going, he will find a better way, mature way, okay, to deal with the parents. He will understand that they are the authority. So now, let me tell you the most important part. The strongest part in Chinuch, the most important one, the most. And to be authority, which is, we should not give in on this one, no matter what, in any cost. You have to believe, meaning you have to know. You have to believe in yourself that you are the most capable people for the job to raise this child. Who chose you?
Hashem.
Hashem chose you. Hashem gave you this child, meaning you're capable to do the job. Why it's so difficult to understand this? I don't understand. You think if you're not capable and able, Hashem will give you a child? We're not suspecting that Hashem is irresponsible. So we're all capable. Each one is capable to his own kids. He knows what to do with that. And they are the only one who knows what to do. And every day, every hour, Hashem give you a certificate. You are the parents. Imagine you have a certificate from Shamayim. So we know that. Many times in Chinuch, we said, okay, I cannot do it anymore. I'm giving up. There are moments of difficulties. And giving up, I gave up already. I don't know how to be a parent. And you're helpless. I don't know what to do. So you have to know this moment is not a moment of a failure. It's not a failure. This is precious time. When you come to a point that says, I don't know what to do anymore. And now come Hashem into the picture. Now you're connecting to Hashem now. When I get to the bottom, I say, Me'ain. Do you know what Ain means?
No,
We say, Esa enai ele harim. Me'ain.
from where?
No. Ain means it's from where, yes. Yes, you're right. But also, Ain, I'm lost.
Oh,
I'm lost.
מאין יבוא עזרי.
Me'ain, if you're in this situation, in the bottom of the pit, Yavo Ezri. Then Hashem will come to help you.
I hope so.
Yeah. Pray to Hashem at that moment and say, Hashem, I don't know what to do anymore. And Hashem will give you the koach and the wisdom. And they say, Achochma me'ain timatzeh. When you feel that you're helpless, you thought that you know everything, now you know that you don't know anything. Then you're becoming smart. Because your vessel is empty, now Hashem can come and pour inside. Also, you have to believe in your children also. Hashem gave them the nature, to submit themselves to the parents. Every child has it. Why? The Neshama were in Mount Sinai, no? At the time that we accepted the Torah. And we said, Naaseh v'nishma. We will do, and then we will learn. We know that all the neshamot of Am Israel, the 600,000 people was with the physical body there. But we were there also. The neshamot of ours were there. The neshamot of the kids also were there. And your kids of today that are in your house, they said also, Naaseh v'nishma. From there they got the koach to obey the laws, to obey the authority. They have it. They want it. They need it. They're yearning for it. And you're going to find out one day that that's what the kids want. So start to believe in yourself. You are the best people for the job, to raise your own kids. No uncle can tell you what to do. No babushka can tell you what to do. They only can help here and there. But you are the only one. You're the authority. Use it. And you see how much a child is going to love you. Not only when they young, when they grow up, they will say, my parents were parents. To let the child do whatever he wants, that's not love. to put him in his place, that love, meaning you care. I care for you. By letting him do whatever he wants, you don't care for him. You care for yourself. I don't want headaches. I don't want headaches. So do whatever you want. You're destroying him. You're destroying him. But I need peace and quiet. Not acceptable. Did you get it?
Yes, Kod Rav.
Yes, thank you so much, Rabbi.
You're capable. Use the capacity that Hashem gave you. Start being authority and don't be afraid.
So, Rabbi, when you tell them to go to bed, for example, and they don't respond right away, and you have to say it 3 times, you know,
You say
not,
one time. Ima said to go to bed. Okay, I see in this house somehow we have hearing problems. You take the child with a smile on your face. Okay, Ima said we're going to sleep, and we going to sleep. Ima said.
right.
Smile at them. But you're not coming out of here. You're going to sleep.
Yeah, I
They-
always say that.
They
I say
smell.
that because I said so. I always say because I said so, because I'm your mom and you have to listen. And that's what I say.
Ima said, that's it. But why? Mommy, I'm not tired. I understand you. But Ima said. Ah. They understand this language very well.
As you said before, Kvod Rav, as you said before,
Oh,
kids have to know who is a farmer, who is a cucumber.
David, how are you, David?
Baruch Hashem, Rabbi.
You okay now?
Yeah.
רפואה שלמה, כל הכבוד.
Thank you.
Good to hear your voice, very good.
Likewise. I miss you too.
Good. Okay, good. Okay, I'll see you all tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we're going to start to talk about how to love a child.
Thank you, Rabbi.
After the authority come the love.
We
No
listen
authority.
to you every night. Maybe we get 1% of your chokhmah after many years.
I was not born like this.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Rabbi.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Rabbi.
I'll see you tomorrow